friends from the media. You will recall that a few days ago, President John Mahama nominated Dr. Johnson Asiamah to the high office of Governor of the Bank of Ghana. By the constitutional requirement, and in fact, reference is made of Article 1834A of the Constitution, his nomination requires consultation with the Council of State before he can be appointed. This means that Dr. Johnson Asiamah cannot legally operate as a governor until such consultation with the Council of State has taken place. Contrary to this constitutional imperative, however, we have seen attempts by Dr. Asiamah at the Bank of Ghana to assume duties as if he is legally qualified to do so. Those of us from the minority side, through our leader, have had cause to officially write to the President, pointing out the illegality on the actions by Dr. Asiamah and hoping the writing will be done. In the said letter, we drew the President's attention to news reports from various media houses on Monday, February 3rd, 2025, to the effect that Dr. Johnson Asiamah has gone to the Bank of Ghana and to all intents and purposes is behaving as a governor and having meetings with various people and departments. We ask how it is possible for someone who has not yet been appointed but only nominated, awaiting consultation with the Council of State, to start work. And indeed, when the Council of State has not yet been constituted. Would he have the authority and mandate to take decisions and approve anything that comes to the bank? Would any decision taken by Dr. Asiamah as he has taken office have any legal authority? And wouldn't this expose the bank to legal risk? We wonder what the reaction would be if someone nominated to be a judge by the President will go and sit in the court and purport to start administering justice without going through the process set up by the Judicial Council. Supposing the Council of State, when it is constituted, doesn't approve the President's nomination of Dr. Asiamah, what would become, or what would be about his presence and activities of the bank in the interim? We humbly suggest that Dr. Johnson Asiamah ought to keep well away from the Bank of Ghana until his nomination is approved by the Council of State. He can ask for and get all the briefing he requires as he awaits his approval. Ladies and gentlemen, we have also noticed that in response to our letter to the President, the Minister responsible for government communication, Felix Ofosu-Kwakye, has published appointment letters of previous government officials who were appointed or nominated while waiting for the constitution of the Council of State. We wish to point it out that we are not against the President's act of nominating Dr. Asiamah or any appointee pending the formation of the Council of State. What we are against, and we are legally right on, is the fact that the appointee carries on to act when the Council of State is not even constituted. It is a breach of the Constitution of the Republic, and it must not be tolerated. In view of the matters raised above, could have serious consequences for stocks on the Ghana Stock Exchange. Ghana stands to suffer huge global reputational risk if Dr. Asiamah is approved as the central bank governor without the acquittal or an attempt to secure acquittal of the criminal charges from a court of competent jurisdiction. We wish to draw the attention of the International Monetary Fund, IMF, to these disturbing developments from the government and call for strict scrutiny in their dealings with Dr. Johnson Asiamah, such that his actions or inactions do not lead us to any inconvenient destination as far as the financial ecosystem is concerned. We have a concern with appointing someone as governor of the Bank of Ghana to supervise the financial sector in which his decisions were questioned through the charges for which he was on trial, on criminal trial. The charges were very serious, and to drop those charges and appoint him as governor is problematic. It tells a lot about the integrity of our financial industry. It also raises questions about how he would treat staff of the bank who cooperated with the Attorney General's department in initiating the case against him. His professional neutrality in dealing with the banks and individuals who were charged with him, and whether he would not be favorable to reinstating the licenses of those banks in spite of their alleged misconduct, are some of the concerns we have to address. Political and economic risk analysts will not be kind to Ghana, given that some global financial institutions may refuse to do business with Ghana due to the uncertainty over these charges being reinstated by a future Attorney General. This will likely increase the cost of Ghana's international transactions. And dropping the charges does not mean he has been absolved of the crime. These charges can be brought back under a different government, and what will become of the decisions he will make as a governor. For us in the minority, we are not letting this end at this press conference. We will be writing to the International Monetary Fund, the IMF, to draw attention to this, given that he will also, as governor of the Bank of Ghana, be a member of the IMF Board of Governors, exposing Ghana to international ridicule. These are our concerns about the nomination and actions of Dr. Johnson Asiamah so far that we wish to highlight with you. Thank you so much.